Good morning, everyone. Is Weather with Sim again. I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. And in today's video, we got another enhanced risk to talk about. And this one seems to be probably one of the bigger days for storm chasing tornadoes. So if you guys do live in, let's say, Wilmington, North Carolina, Charleston, Savannah, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, getting up there towards Columbus, we will likely see some pretty good storms today, even Columbia included in that too as well. So this is another one of those enhanced risks we have to take pretty serious. It also does have a bigger tornado threat, and it does include eastern North Carolina heading into a pretty good portion of South Carolina, and then we got another one of those tornado threats across this area that does include Tallahassee. And if you're wondering what these black areas mean, this is a hatch risk. That means EF2 tornadoes or greater are possible. So if you guys don't like strong tornadoes, why don't you guys go ahead and get prepared for across this area, because that this is probably gonna be one of those bigger days that we are gonna see tornadoes on. And we actually did kind of see a few observed tornadoes yesterday across that enhanced risk, and it actually is still continuing till 7 a.m. as you guys see. So nothing has really changed with that lately. But for today, I think this is gonna be a bigger day. So we could see stronger and bigger tornadoes, with the wind threat being widespread and more significant with that hatch risk, which means there is a 10% chance or greater that we could see 30, or hurricane force winds or greater. That's 75 miles per hour right there. And then your hail threat seems to be a pretty big at not really seem to be pretty big, but actually I thought it was gonna be big, but doesn't really seem to be that big a deal at all. I wouldn't get prepared for large hail, but I would still get prepared for tornadoes in super high winds. So I would definitely worry about that. And then on day 3, we got another one of those days that we have to worry about. I don't think this is gonna be one of those big days that we get upgraded to an enhanced risk and then we have to take more serious, but I do think it is going to be still a pretty big day with severe weather. At least I would keep an eye on that day. And then on day 4, maybe a little bit bigger area, and it sounds like this does include more in the way of the area that has already been seeing severe weather. So we'll have to really keep an eye on as we head into the weekend. So I would definitely watch this closely. And now, if we look at Tornado HQ, okay, it sounds like we do have an observed tornado over here on the ground across portions of Florida. We're going to go ahead and zoom in so you guys can see, and it sounds like this tornado almost includes Graceville. Does this include any other cities? I'm kind of really zooming in so I can see any of the cities that will be included in this tornado warning, and it doesn't look like much. It sounds like most of them are mountain ranges, so like let's just say Jackson Hill, Mill Spring Hill. Let's see, what about the other ones? Saddle Hill, Morris Hill. So all those areas are included in the tornado threat. They aren't really cities, so they're not really populated, so that's kind of why it is good news. But it sounds like we just had another tornado warning get issued across down here into portions of the deep south, across mainly Panama City, guys. So I would definitely take this serious. If you do live in Panama City Beach, the storm is probably just located right here, and then it's gonna continue going up. So make sure you guys are taking that tornado warning serious. And now we're gonna look at your guys' hazards, and as you guys see, we got a ton of wind advisories in effect for the East Coast, the deep south heading into the southeast, and then back through parts of the Ohio Valley. And then over here out west, we got a bunch of those winter storm warnings in, as well as those blizzard warnings. Lots of those areas seem to also be seeing high warnings and winter weather advisories too as well. well. So we'll really have to keep our eye on a lot of these conditions, especially the blizzard warnings across northern Texas heading into Kansas and even back to parts of Colorado. So I would definitely be aware about this. And then we even got a bunch of those alerts up here towards New England. I'm not going to explain all of the alerts, but if you guys want to know which alert you have, you guys can look at this, or you guys can just pull up one of the weather apps and they should tell you. And now we're going to go ahead and look at your guys' radar. This is going to be with the European model, and as we continue to take this forward, this will head out pretty quick out of the Ohio Valley with some potential snow on the backside of that. That will pretty much head into New England, bringing some pretty good rainfall, and then we'll see another one move through, which seems to be a similar storm that's going to be moving through with even some snow on the backside of that. And then we see another one moving through, which will bring light snow to the lower Ohio Valley, and then heavier snow down here towards western Tennessee and back into portions of the south like northern Mississippi. And then that will head northeast, which will bring a little bit of freezing rain to the Virginia area again, kind of like what we saw with the first system, but that system has already gotten out the last couple of days. But as that one finally heads out, then we'll see another one potentially move through that may also have to keep an eye on. So we'll have to watch closely. And now your total precipitation. As you guys see, we do actually have a pretty big area of above average precipitation. This entire area right here seeing beneficial amounts. So anywhere from about an inch to even 5 inches in some areas. This whole area right here. And then for down here, we actually are seeing a pretty good area of above average too as well. We're just gonna put 5 inches on here for that area right there. So if you guys do live in that area, just be aware of some possible flash flooding, and I would definitely also take this serious too as well. We also had a pretty big area for flash flooding up here. I'm not really gonna show you guys that because I don't want this video to get too long, but this area right here likely has a moderate risk for flash flooding today or as of right now. So we'll have to really pay attention to flash flooding today across places like New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, heading into places like Vermont and even Concord, New Hampshire. So those areas will have to pay attention for flash flooding, and even all the way back down the coast. And now we're going to look at your guys' total snowfall, and this snow line does head as far down south as Oklahoma, or at least Texas rather, getting into Arkansas, and then back through southern Illinois, southern Indiana, Ohio, and then even into the Appalachian Mountains heading through New England. So a pretty big area of snowfall. We're going to go ahead and draw that for you guys. Pretty big area, as you guys can see. This kind of like the pinkish purple color right here, which is pretty much this color right there, that indicates around about a few inches or so, at least a foot. Yeah, that indicates a foot of snow right there. Yep, a foot of snow in this pinkish purple area right there. So if you guys are curious, that's how much snowfall you guys could get across Illinois, and this does head out to January 15th. So if you guys want snowfall, there you go. You guys got the potential for very heavy snowfall across Chicago, Gary, Indiana, getting into Grand Rapids, Michigan, and then back through Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So all those areas could see over a foot of snow, or even a few feet of snow. So I mean, we'll have to really pay attention. And now we're going to start looking at your guys' GFS model now, and we actually do need to put the forecast loop on, but as we continue to take this forward, we'll start to see another system move through, which will have some snow on the back side of that, and then we'll see another one move through, which continues to bring like snow to the Ohio Valley, and then as that one finally heads out, then we may even see another system move through, which will likely bring a little bit of freezing rain down here to the south. And by the way, I'm going to go back to when that last system came, and this actually does bring some snow to portions of the south. And then anyway, as that one finally heads out right there, we will start to see another potential system move through, while lots of these areas seem to stay dry. And now your total precipitation, as you guys see with these next few systems, which will be the system that's in the Ohio Valley as of right now. That one will continue to bring quite a bit of rain to these areas right here. We're gonna go ahead and circle that for you guys, and I see a pretty big area of at least 1 to even 5 inches of rainfall across that area right there, and then back into places like this area right here, and as well as New England, seeing some pretty good rainfall as well. So anywhere from 1 to even 5 inches of rainfall there, and then about 1 to 5 inches. I know I'm writing it super small, so that way it can fit, but even another area that we'll have to watch. So these 3 areas seeing the most rainfall compared to the rest of them, but we'll have to really pay attention still, so make sure to keep that in mind. And now we're going to go ahead and look at your guys' final total snowfall with the GFS model, and as you guys see, pretty big area of at least pinkish purple, which indicates a foot of snow or more. So I mean, pretty big area of that, and let's go ahead and circle that for you guys. And as you guys see, pretty big area of some pretty big snowfall. So looks like down here towards, let's just say, Tennessee, maybe getting some pretty good snowfall. Down here towards Indiana, maybe getting some pretty good snowfall. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. I mean, there's still a lot of uncertainty because this will actually come Friday. At least that's when the snowstorm impacting these areas down here will bring snow, but even back here in the portions of Indiana, we could definitely be talking snowfall. At least it's something to keep an eye on. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'll continue to keep you guys updated on how the things are looking, especially with the severe weather. But thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll do one tomorrow.